With that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
At this stage, it honestly feels like everyone has some opinion on this whole situation.
Has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a...
Let's be honest for a moment. Over the past year, Cheryl Swoops has relentlessly gone after Caitlin Clark with some of the most bizarre and unfounded claims imaginable. We're talking wild assertions that she's 25 playing against teenagers, that her record-breaking rookie season wasn't actually impressive, and even that nobody in the league wants to team up with her. It was a non-stop negative barrage that honestly seemed endless.
Peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of hard, right?
And I used, Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummy.
Then, just as it felt like the criticism would never stop, a true basketball legend and former coach of Clark's, Cheryl Miller, stepped in. She appeared on the All the Smoke podcast and delivered what can only be described as a knockout response, calling Swoops a huge fool while systematically dismantling all the false narratives. Fans were ecstatic watching Miller finally put Swoops in her place. Her passionate defense of Caitlin also hinted at something unexpected about the Indiana Fever's future. Are you ready for this? Let's dive in.
Two-time Player of the Year, two-time National Championship, two-time Tournament MVP, first woman to dunk in an organized game, gold medalist. Thank you for making time. Welcome to the show, Cheryl Miller.
Before analyzing every impactful word Miller said, let's take a moment. Have you ever wondered why one of basketball's own legends seems so focused on undermining the WNBA's brightest new star? It's a valid question. Let's take a closer look at the strange and persistent campaign Cheryl Swoops has waged against Caitlin Clark, a campaign that started back in her college years and followed her through her rookie season.
Let's also talk about how much more experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old.
It really started with Swoops making completely false claims about Clark's college career. Perhaps her most absurd statement was claiming Clark was a 25-year-old playing against 20-year-olds at Iowa. The truth is clear. Clark was 22 and in her fourth year, just like countless other college seniors. When confronted about this blatant lie, Swoops backpedaled, claiming it was exaggeration linked to eligibility rules. A weak defense that didn't hold up at all.
Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team,
she probably wouldn't have taken 40 shots a day, but Swoops kept going. She then claimed Clark took 40 shots per game, trying to frame her as a selfish volume shooter. In reality, Clark averaged 22.7 shots per game. Ironically, Swoops herself averaged 19.2 shots during her senior season, just 3 fewer than Clark. So when that angle failed, she switched tactics, suggesting Clark would need a 5th college year to break the NCAA scoring record.
Bring back Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
Of course, that wasn't true. When Clark joined the WNBA, Swoops predicted she couldn't dominate. Yet Clark immediately broke rookie assist records and proved herself one of the league's top playmakers. The 5th year eligibility was available, but Clark chose not to use it. Numbers don't lie. Clark averaged 19.2 points and led the league with 8.4 assists, silencing critics and earning Rookie of the Year.
I didn't say she wouldn't be good. What I said was I didn't think Caitlin or Angel would come into the league and dominate immediately, which I don't think either of them did.
Respectfully, there is absolutely no way, even when we're trying to sit here and play semantics about dominating, there's no way that anyone could ever leave this season in saying that both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese didn't dominate. You would have to further explain what dominance means for you to not sit here and say that a player who is leading the league in assists while averaging 19 to 20 points didn't dominate that.
The most revealing moment was Swoops appearing on Angel Reese's podcast, disparaging Clark while claiming she didn't dislike her. It was a textbook example of someone saying one thing while their actions said another, exposing the hypocrisy for everyone to see.
Cheryl, since she was in college, I helped do her shoe deal with Nike in 1993, took her to her first SBs. I've known Cheryl, I've coached her, have a lot of respect for her. I called her when Caitlin was still playing at Iowa and she had just broken Maravich's record. And it was all over the place, as you and I have discussed, that there was this quote by Cheryl that said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate.
As the basketball world noticed this troubling trend, the relentless criticism became impossible to ignore. Swoops was eventually barred from broadcasting an Indiana Fever game and replaced by Nancy Lieberman, a legend unafraid to call out the false narratives. When Cheryl Miller entered the All the Smoke studio, she brought credibility and clarity to the Caitlin Clark conversation. So, what happens when a true legend who coached Clark steps in? You get one of the most powerful defenses in women's basketball history.
No, Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes.
Yeah.
But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time.
Miller reflected on the immense pressure Clark faced, noting that constant criticism can make you feel like you must prove yourself repeatedly, sometimes more than necessary.
I can't fault her for what she was getting.
Here's the hard truth. Clark's critics refuse to see the obvious. Her presence has elevated the league. Viewership, ticket sales, and media attention all surged, benefiting everyone, including those same critic salaries.
Look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for her to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So, with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Having coached Clark directly in the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game, Miller had a first-hand view beyond highlights and media spin. Seeing Clark up close revealed even more about her skills, strengthening Miller's defense in a way that couldn't be dismissed.
You recently coached the WNBA All-Star Game. You spent some time with Caitlin Clark.
Best coaching job ever.
Best coaching job
Best
ever.
coaching job ever.
Being around Caitlin Clark, how was the experience for her? She's such a big star. I mean, the sky's the limit for her. To be around her, just talk about the type of person she is, how much she loves the game.
I'm going to be honest because it needs to be said. I can relate to that young lady, and I felt for her.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a Black woman and hated because of my...
As Miller said, I was happy and gratified to see the story wasn't accurate. That single statement dismantled months of negative media narratives. But she didn't stop there. She offered unique insight into what makes Clark so exceptional, cutting through the noise straight to the truth.
Can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised.
Mm-hmm.
And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Mm-hmm. Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't.
Miller's technical analysis of Clark's court abilities is impressive, but more importantly, it highlighted a sincere emotional bond formed during Clark's toughest moments. This became clear when the Fever won their first 2025 season game. Miller didn't just congratulate Clark. She offered genuine, unconditional support when the rookie needed it most.
Watching her pass, and I didn't know how talented she was and how well she sees the game in a 3D version. Thinker. Defensively, a lot better than I thought and gave her credit for. So watching her and just spending a little time. And one thing, guys, that I've learned is to step back and let these kids be themselves.
After that first victory, Miller and Clark shared a hug that was far more than a casual gesture. It demonstrated just how isolated Clark had felt during early criticism of her league debut. Miller recalled, "When she saw me, I gave her the biggest hug I could manage." Clark responded, "Finally, someone's on my side." Miller added, "She was taking hits from every angle."
I was getting hit with everything left and right, and I just said, I hugged her. I said, "I'm so proud of you." I go, "Savor this. Use this as a formula." I said, "But keep being you." I said, "No matter what, keep being you."
In that critical moment, Miller offered guidance only someone who's faced similar challenges could give. These weren't empty words. They were a lifeline to a rookie navigating expectations and scrutiny. Miller told her, "I'm very proud of you. Use this as a formula, but always stay true to yourself."
That is a crown that she's wearing right now.
Right.
And it wasn't something that she anointed herself. It's something that's been placed on her head, and I hope people understand that. But it's everything that she's dealing.
The basketball world listens when Cheryl Miller speaks, for good reason. Her voice carries a legacy of 3 Naismith Player of the Year awards, 2 national championships, an Olympic gold medal, and a Hall of Fame induction. Miller's support goes beyond Clark's resume. She sees the extraordinary court vision that makes Clark far more than just a scorer. So, what do you think? Share in the comments how excited you are to see a legend like Miller step up. Subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss an update. Click the video on screen, and we'll see you in the next one.